In the U.S., health officials are warning holiday travel could impact the fight against the coronavirus, especially among unvaccinated Americans. From July 1st through 4th, about 8 million passengers traveled through airports. That's nearly triple last year's total. Errol Barnett is at Reagan National Airport outside of Washington. Errol, why is the Delta variant a cause for concern for travelers nationwide?
Hey there, Anne-Marie. Well, one of the big reasons is because nationwide at airports like this one, at least 100,000 people moved through for the holiday weekend. That's according to one flight booking website. In fact, San Francisco saw more than 400,000 people in transit at that location. But cases of the Delta variant were doubling every 2 weeks and popped up in all 50 states before this holiday scramble. There was a real sense of revelry on the 4th of July as an estimated 48 million people left their homes to celebrate.
It's good to be free again without the mask, at least outside.
But the growing threat is the Delta variant of COVID-19. It's 40 to 60% more transmissible, with indications it may cause more serious disease. It now makes up more than a quarter of all cases nationwide.
All this travel this weekend mixes people up. The Delta virus is traveling also, so it will be introduced everywhere.
Dr. William Schaffner is an infectious disease expert at Vanderbilt.
We may indeed see cases start to go up again, along with hospitalizations, and then down the road, once again, deaths.
Yesterday, California announced the Delta variant is now the dominant strain in the state, making it at least the 5th state where the new strain has taken over. In places like Arkansas, Wyoming, and Nevada, where full vaccination rates are below 50%, cases are once again spiking. Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak is trying to buck that trend, with his state leading the nation in new COVID cases.
$5 million in cash and prizes for nearly 2,000 eligible Nevada residents who have been vaccinated.
This gamble could help as long as people get their second dose. In Texas, for example, more than 1 million people skipped their second vaccine appointment, which is about 9% of those eligible. And it is that number that really has health officials concerned. Consider that in a recent UK study, it found that the Pfizer vaccine's efficacy against the Delta variant drops to only 33% for those who have one dose. It jumps up to 88%, Anne-Marie, for those who are fully vaccinated. But as we already know, for the most vulnerable, that really could be the difference between life and death.
Certainly. Speaking of the health of the travel industry, how did this year's travel numbers over the holiday compare to pre-pandemic levels?
Well, each holiday, it seems like we inch closer to getting to that 100% of pre-pandemic levels number, but we're just not there yet. Moments ago, the TSA released its tally for flyers on Monday. It found 2.1 million people flew across the country. That same day in 2019 was 2.7 million. Now, it's not an apples-to-apples comparison because of where the holiday fell, but still, we can show that we're about 80% of the pre-pandemic levels. And it was also estimated some 50 million people in total would be moving this past weekend. The vast majority, Anne-Marie, of those folks who did travel were in their cars. They drove somewhere. And some of the most popular destinations were the coasts, national parks, or theme parks. I mean, there's just desperate pent-up demand to go somewhere, even if it's not too far from home. We know that Anaheim and Orlando were some of the top destinations people wanted to go to, but so was Denver, San Francisco, and some of the kind of major cities towards the coastlines that were also included. So people just wanted to get out, but the danger remains.
The danger remains, and you know, we're talking about kind of the level of vaccination. Of course, the danger is high. It's different from community to community. So in areas of the country that have lower vaccination rates, you know, the threat is greater. I'm wondering if the CDC is giving any advice to people who want to travel to those areas.
Yeah, well, the bottom line is if you're going to head to an area with low vaccination rates, and the state of Nevada is one of them, Texas is one of them, the CDC recommends that you just continue to mask up, social distance. Of course, the number one piece of advice for you is to get vaccinated so you're protected when you go to these areas. But you now have all of these incentives, as was mentioned in the story, with Nevada offering, a couple $1 million, $5 million to some 2,000 residents. Ohio did something similar, $1 million to someone who was vaccinated. There is a study, though, Anne-Marie, out recently by Boston University suggesting that these incentives don't actually work. They don't boost the vaccination rates. Still, you see states and private businesses doing whatever they can. One business, for example, today offering free entrees is Chipotle at 3 p.m. for those who are vaccinated, and I've heard the same thing happening in local places with beers as well. So there is just this effort to now financially incentivize people to get the jab. That really underscores that we're still not out of this pandemic just yet.
No, exactly. I was sort of surprised to hear that pitch in your story about, the lottery giveaway, the money, because I thought, oh my gosh, by now, you know the benefits of this vaccine. If you're still not interested, I don't know if a free beer is going to do it for you, but let's hope it does. Errol, thank you very much.
You got it. You got it.